Austin, thank you. Thousands of people have recovered from the coronavirus here locally, and for some patients, the climb back to normalcy can be a struggle. For one local educator who was one of the first people hospitalized with COVID, he described his experience as moments of frustration, terror, and exhaustion. But for Chris Sanchez, a self-described active middle-aged professional with no health conditions, it was the fight of his life.
It goes back to 1890s in Bakersfield.
Chris Sanchez knows a lot about his family history.
And this is my grandpa. This is his brother. Their family's still all here.
He has a room in his home dedicated to it that he hopes to pass on to his sons, just not yet.
This was probably March 20th.
Chris remembers when his symptoms began, the same day the governor shut down California.
Picked up a Z-Pack and Tylenol and stuff like that. So that was on a Wednesday. I think it was Saturday. I hadn't got any improvement. If anything, I got worse.
On March 29th, Sanchez became one of the first 20 local patients to be hospitalized with coronavirus.
They asked me kind of how I wanted to get it treated. Did I want to use experimental drugs? Did I want to just try everything? And I told them, yeah. I go, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go out with a fight. And so they gave me everything that was at their disposal at Mercy Hospital.
He was put on a ventilator for 8 days, drifting in and out of consciousness.
Unbelievable nightmares. Just your mind is like in another world. I felt like there were aliens and zombies and things after me. I did not want to go to sleep because they were so bad.
After 5 days, Chris says they started to get him off the machine to breathe on his own.
I start remembering bits and pieces of it, now becoming coherent. And so then I understood and I started to remember things. And, I looked at my arms and legs and I could tell that I lost a lot of weight. The bed set up.
A couple days later, Chris was back home, isolating now in a small room next to the pool.
Yeah, this is not a big space.
No. It's my little man cave.
And you were in here for how long?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And that was very lonely also because your family's inside and you can't go in. And so it was tough. Those were a tough 3 weeks also, being alone, being so close, but not really being able to interact with them.
Chris has gained back some of his pre-COVID weight, but says he's dealing with some scar tissue in his left lung and an elevated heart rate.
But every day, I feel better. I feel truthfully really good right now.
Doctors say the virus is no longer in his body, and he's back working as an assistant principal in the Kern High School district. It's an experience that he hopes not many more people will have to go through.
I was playing full court basketball on weekends with my son. I lifted weights every day. I'm 54, but I had no health conditions at all. It happens to you. Society is not thinking the way people really should think. A mask is not too much of an inconvenience. Even if you thought it wasn't, the thing to do, why not do it?
Think of it as homework from someone with a master's degree in COVID recovery.
You ought to teach a class in COVID is what you should do.
I should do. I could teach it. I could teach a lot of people about COVID right now.
For now, he'll keep teaching family history with no plans to become part of this collection anytime soon.
Now, his wife, Sandy, also tested positive but never displayed any symptoms. He tells us that she recovered and donated convalescent plasma last week. Chris says he plans to donate as well just as soon as he gets a little bit stronger.